right, we'll see you then. Thanks. Well, Green Bay is making changes to its zoning rules, opening the door to more housing options in neighborhoods that previously didn't allow them. Now, city leaders say the goal is to address housing needs while preserving the character of existing neighborhoods. New tonight, what's changing and what it could mean for homeowners and renters. The zoning changes come after a comprehensive plan update where residents and stakeholders asked the city to take a closer look at how land can be used and what can be built.
So the city's trying to address affordable housing, which is an issue in Green Bay, throughout the state, throughout the country.
Under the new rules, duplexes are now allowed in areas that were previously zoned for single-family housing only. Homeowners can also add accessory dwelling units, often called ADUs, with the conditional use permit.
It's really just giving folks a lot more chances to go either way to create the residence that they want to create for themselves.
The city also reduced minimum lot sizes, widths, and setback requirements in an effort to lower construction costs. Leroy says some of the changes, including neighborhood characterization and nearer lot options, did draw pushback during the planning process.
We're not looking to see neighborhoods become nothing but duplexes, but more have the opportunity for a mix.
City officials say any new developments will still have to meet land use standards with the goal of blending new housing into existing neighborhoods.
We're going to see what happens here in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three of this year, and reevaluate like we do with any sort of major code change and see what has worked and if there are some red flags where things haven't, to go forth and look to make some changes.